on tonight's all-new Celebrity Corner. This playroom belongs to a baby with very famous parents. Their interior designer behind the chic look joins me in studio. And can you believe this ice cream sundae costs $1,000? We have the scoop on the most over-the-top menu items at celebrities' favorite hotspots, plus hot Hollywood headlines and more.
Entertainment editor Dorothy Cascerceri.
Here to discuss that and more is Dorothy Cascerceri.
Pay attention to every word Dorothy says.
Hey, I'm Wayne Brady, and I'm here with the beautiful Dorothy Cascerceri here on Celebrity Corner.
Hi, I'm Dorothy Cascerceri, and welcome to tonight's Celebrity Corner. We're starting off the show tonight with some celebrity gossip and what we like to call hot Hollywood headlines. So everyone is talking about Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin and their split, and I was invited to go talk about it on New York's CBS morning show, Live from the Couch, which airs on WLNY, and I want to share a clip with you. Take a look.
It's time for Pop Talk.
And joining us to chat about all that and more is the host of Celebrity Corner, Dorothy Cascerceri. So welcome, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, let's start with Gwyneth Paltrow. Apparently everybody was surprised, but not Vanity Fair. Is that true?
Vanity Fair had an article in the works about Gwyneth, and Gwyneth put the kibosh on this article, to say the least. Now, this kind of raises some suspicions, like if you don't have anything to hide, then why don't you just let Vanity Fair write what they want? But, but reportedly, she sent out an email to all of her friends and colleagues saying, do not talk to Vanity Fair.
Don't you kind of just wish that Gwyneth Paltrow would call her separation what it is? Splitsville, divorce, I mean, unconscious uncoupling, I don't even know what that is. And I don't even want to talk about my clown college lipstick in that segment, okay? We're not gonna go there today. Now, what about another hot Hollywood headline? Kris Jenner, the matriarch of the Kardashians, is rumored to be taking it all off for Playboy. Listen, people can say whatever they want about Kris Jenner, but if you're looking that good and you're 58 years old, then why not? I mean, she's gonna make a ton of money. She's gonna look hot. She's splitting from her husband, Bruce. I mean, she's single, she's ready to mingle, so I say, Kris, just do it. And what about Indiana Jones? So Harrison Ford was always my favorite growing up watching the movie, but now the 5th installment is rumored to be casting Bradley Cooper, who everyone that watches the show knows that I am obsessed with him. He's a Jenkintown boy, I'm from Jenkintown, PA, and I just love him. Who wants to see Bradley Cooper in Indiana Jones, right? He's a hottie. I mean, come on. Anyway, coming up, there is nothing cuter than a newborn, and our first guest has designed nurseries for babies who have famous parents. When Celebrity Corner continues after the break. When it comes to celebrity babies, Hollywood A-listers want only the best of the best for their new bundles of joy. Can you blame them? So for the perfect nursery, they call our first guest, who's worked with Kevin and Danielle Jonas, and there's their cute little newborn, Elena Rose, right there. Also, Kendra and Hank Baskett, and many more. Please welcome nursery designer to the stars and owner of Nessa Lee Baby with 2 New Jersey locations, Vanessa Antonelli. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Wow, what an impressive resume. I have so many questions for you, I don't even know where to begin. So I fell in love with Kevin and Danielle Jonas on their reality show. I just think, I don't really, you know, I try not to get too involved in reality TV, but they are the absolute cutest.
They're not just cute on TV, they're just so sweet in real life.
So how did you become the designer of a playroom? Now, this is a $14,000 playroom according to Life and Style, which you were just featured in.
I mean, it is a $14,000 playroom. There's a lot of things in there that are obviously expensive.
Of course.
And it's gonna take them for a really long time, you know, from now until she's probably a teenager. So they're gonna get bang for their buck.
So you design with kind of a timeline in mind, where it's something that babies can grow into. It's not just, you know, for the 6-month-old or the 1-year-old.
Yeah, for this particular playroom, it was a challenge because she's still a newborn, so she's not really playing yet. So the idea was to do something that would start now and they could use as a family now, and she could grow into over time. When I'm doing a nursery, it's a little different because it's really just being used for a few years.
Of course. Now, tell me how you got connected with Danielle and Kevin Jonas. I mean, I know you have 2 stores in New Jersey. You have one in Freehold and
one in Livingston.
One in Livingston, and they live right around there, right?
They live near the Livingston store, and the first time I met them, they came in and I worked with them on, you know, baby gear and car seats and, you know, everything that they were going to need for this baby. And
a lot of things.
I mean, well, do you really need a lot of things? No, we can survive with basically nothing for a baby, but there are things that make our lives easier and as new parents, and those are the types of things that obviously I was showing them and helping them with. And then we talked about their personal style and their taste, and kind of the nursery, not the nursery, the playroom just blossomed from there.
Well, this playroom that you designed for the Jonases is really unique because when I first looked at it, first of all, I thought to myself, this is absolutely beautiful. I'm in love with blue, I'm in love with navy. Isn't it so great? But for a second, I had to stop and think to myself, did I read the reports wrong? Did they have a boy? Or did they have a girl? And I love blue, so don't get me wrong. I'm not, you know, all thinking that pink is only for girls, blue is only for boys. But tell me a little bit about how they decided on that.
Well, Danielle, first of all, I don't know if you've seen her before. She's extremely fashionable and very stylish. And that was one of the main things that kind of attracted me to working with her in the first place. I said, wow, this girl has a great personal sense of style. She'd be great to work with.
Well, their home is gorgeous from the show. You get to see
it. And they have a new home now that Kevin actually built for them.
Oh.
So it's a beautiful new home, and this room is going in that new home. And so she was up for kind of anything. She was up for trying something new and different. And I said, you know, what about navy? I gave her a few options and said, you know, what about navy? And immediately the 2 of them were like, we love this. We don't even like the other ones. We want this one.
Oh, I love that.
Because, you know, there may be other Jonas babies down the road.
I mean, maybe there's a boy on the way next. I don't know. Maybe this is like breaking news in disguise. I'm not sure. No, I'm just joking.
With the babies that they make, I sure hope that they have more. And if they do, this will go either way. It doesn't have to just be for a girl.
Now, what about Kendra Baskett? So she's having a baby very soon in May, I believe, and you're working with her to kind of develop her nursery.
Yeah, I'm doing her nursery right now. And she's super cool. You know, she's also really laid back and has a great sense of style as well, and is up for anything. You know, it's not like she's super traditional or, you know, has this idea of exactly what she wanted. So we gave her a lot of different options, and you know, you'll have to wait and see, but she picked a really, really, really cool design.
Can you come here and show us the exclusive?
Yeah,
once it's done, can we get the exclusive on Celebrity Corner?
I have to check. I think so.
So when you're designing for these celebrities, you know, do you go along with kind of their own sense of style, their own personality, or how does it work? I mean, because there's so many different styles that you've designed.
My personal style is modern, so I have a 2.5-year-old.
Like, I love this example.
That's
this is
my
so
son.
Beautiful. Oh, this is your son?
Yeah, that's my son's
Oh my
room.
gosh! Wow, lucky little boy. I love it.
His name is Nixon, and that's his nursery. And my style is kind of really simple and modern, with sort of like some striking detail in the room. And that's really what I do when I'm doing something for someone, but obviously everyone's style is not the same as mine. So I try to work with it because I want them to wake up every day. They have to live with it in their house.
Of course.
I don't have to live with it. So I try to make sure that it's something they're gonna see every day and love and be happy that it's part of their house.
Oh my gosh, your job is so much fun. And so do you hang out with Danielle Jonas now? Like, does she invite you over for dinner? And more importantly, are you going to bring me along as your +1?
If I get invited for dinner, you absolutely can go.
Okay, great, I love that. Now, there are quite a few celebrities that are pregnant right now that are expecting, that just announced. Christina Aguilera, I want to talk about her. Mila Kunis is another one. But Christina Aguilera, she just announced that she's having a girl, which is exciting because she has a little boy.
Yep.
And for someone like her, you know, what would kind of your ideas be if she said, Vanessa, I don't know what I want. You tell me what you're envisioning.
So I think, first of all, I don't know if you ever saw her son's nursery, but it was really cool. It had a round crib in the center of the room, and she brought with her from her tour a huge moon that was actually a little scary looking, but I mean, I guess he was used to it, so that was in the room as well. And it seems like she was kind of into that whole like larger than life cartoon vibe. I don't know if she would go for that same thing for a girl. A lot of times people try to soften it or tone it down for a girl, but I do think she would go for something really bold and cool, like even like neon colors maybe.
I could see that,
like
100%.
a neon nursery, like neon green with a little bit of pink.
I would love that.
Really fun and different.
Well, I hope that she taps you to help her out with that
I hope
nursery
so,
if she
too.
hasn't already. But anyway, everybody in our studio audience tonight is going home with a complimentary consultation from Vanessa, courtesy of her store, Nestle, with 2 locations in New Jersey. So everyone can get a nursery consultation for that baby on the way or friend of yours that's having a baby. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Up next, the menu items at celebrities' favorite New York City restaurants that will blow you away. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Celebrity Corner. I'm your host, Dorothy Cascerceri. When you order a pizza, you pay $10, $20, maybe $30, but celebrities try $1,000. Joining me tonight to break down some of the most over-the-top menu items at celeb New York City hotspots are sisters Ali and Daryl Zweben of the restaurant and dining blog, Sisterhood of the Unbuttoning Pants. Hi, girls.
Hi.
Sisterhood of the Unbuttoning Pants. I love it. It sounds like a little risque at first, before you realize what it is.
We're totally PG.
Okay, I got it. So it's all about that top button that you unbutton when you've had the most amazing meal and your pants don't fit, like me right now after lunch. So tell me about your blog. I mean, when did you start it, and kind of, what was the idea for it?
So we've always been, we grew up with a food background. We've always really been into restaurants. We're huge eaters, and it basically came to
It doesn't look it though at all.
Thank you. It's a lot of work. It came to the point where people are always asking us, where do I go for this? What do I do? So at that point, we were like,
Let's just put it all online.
Yeah, let's put it out there.
I really love the site. I mean, I love your voice. You definitely have a certain tone, and I just love that you're sisters and that you're doing this blog together. I mean, I have a business with my sister, a t-shirt line, and so I'm all about the sisters working together. So I'm definitely in your corner on that.
Yeah, it's it's the sisterhood because we are sisters, and it's for all of our collective sisters out there who just really enjoy food and love to eat and just know what it's like to have to undo that top button sometimes.
Yes, our audience knows what that's like. I love it. And it's funny because there's all these blogs out there that are all about health food and, macrobiotic diets and that sort of thing. And when we were having the production meeting, the producers were asking, well, is this like a healthy diet blog? And I said, oh no, it's quite the opposite, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah, like we really like to spread the word that it's okay for girls to eat and talk about it. So.
Yes, it is. All right, so let's talk about some of the celebrity favorite spots in New York City. So I want to first start with Nino's Positano. Okay, so this is like your typical Italian restaurant, and celebrities that have visited have been Hilary Duff, Clint Eastwood. I mean, celebrities absolutely flock to this spot, and there's a menu item that will blow your mind away. Can you share a little bit with us?
Yes, well, anyone who reads our blog knows that we love Italian food. We love it in any shape or form, pizza, pasta, anything. And Manhattan obviously has a ton of Italian restaurants, but Nino's has really set itself apart with the Bellissima pizza, which costs $1,000.
$1,000, people, for that pizza. Who's coming up to New York and having lunch with me? My treat.
So it's definitely, a little different from the average dollar slice on the corner that you might get after a couple beers. But
there's caviar on the pizza.
Yes.
I mean, it's really the caviar that prices it way out of other pizzas leagues, right?
Yes, this pizza actually features 6 different kinds of caviar. And that alone, I think it's like $800-something worth of caviar alone. And then on top of that, there's some lobster just to really put you over the edge into the decadent zone.
So it's really like lobster caviar with a side of a little bit of mozz and some tomato sauce.
And some basil.
I got it.
A little bit of crust.
Okay, so let's talk about another place, Norma's, which is in the La Parker Meridian Hotel, which is, I mean, you can't even sit in that lobby without seeing a celebrity. Cameron Diaz is a big fan of Norma's. Now, they have an omelet, okay? This is a breakfast brunch menu item. There it is. And this omelet is priced at
Also $1,000.
$1,000 for an omelet. I mean,
eggs.
are these eggs laid from a golden goose or something? Right? That is one omelet that I want to try. So I also see a little bit of caviar. So it's like if you're going to get caviar, it's going to be expensive, right?
Exactly.
What else makes this omelet special?
Well, It's actually called the $1 Zillion Lobster Frittata.
Okay.
And it holds the Guinness World Record for being the world's most expensive omelet.
Okay. So if anybody was ever setting out to try the world's most expensive omelet, come on to New York again. Brunch is on me.
And it has, it's 10 ounces of caviar, and a whole pound of lobster, eggs, and potatoes.
This is making me hungry.
Yes. And people order it.
Yeah, I mean, a rep from the Parker Meridian said that they serve about one a month. So about 12 a year.
Good.
These people are shelling out $1,000, which could really be tough to stomach.
You know, it's the same person every month that comes in, like an out-of-town businessman from Hong Kong or something that orders it. He lives for that $1,000 omelet every month. Okay, now let's move on to the sweet stuff. So Serendipity is one of the most popular places for dessert in New York City. I actually used to live a few blocks away in my old bachelorette pad, and we see celebrities there all the time. Oprah's been there, Katie Holmes has been there, and they have a sundae that, I mean, tell us about the sundae. There's like gold in it or something.
Yes,
Gold.
it is actually called the Golden Opulence Sundae. So they initially made it for their golden anniversary, so their 50th anniversary. The sundae has 5 scoops of Tahitian vanilla ice cream, which is infused with Madagascar vanilla.
Okay.
It is drizzled.
Tahitian vanilla ice cream, it sounds like it's been flown in from Tahiti or something, you know? It sounds so fancy.
It is wrapped in edible 23-karat gold.
Okay, so not only are these celebrities wearing the jewelry on their wrist,
eating it.
they're eating it.
They eat their bling.
Ladies, someday we'll be eating gold ice cream too, you know it.
I can't wait. Just put me in bed with some gold ice cream.
I know, right? Well, thank you so much. The sisters of the Sisterhood of the Unbuttoning Pants bloggers, Ali and Daryl Zweben. Thank you for sharing all that. Wow. One of these days, I'll tell you. Stay tuned because up next, a Hollywood insider and pop culture expert shares her experiences producing for Inside Edition and VH1's The Fabulous Life of series. Back in a bit. Welcome back to Celebrity Corner. Tonight we have some exciting news to share. If you've never checked out the website haveyouheard.net, and that's the letter U, for the latest in pop culture, please run to your computer and check it out. Haveyouheard.net is going to be airing Celebrity Corner for the month of April, so we're really excited about this partnership. It's a great website. The women who run it are amazing. And now, yeah, I know, it's exciting. And speaking of pop culture, our next guest was a supervising producer for one of the oldest running news magazine shows, Inside Edition, and she wrote and produced the recent VH1 special, The Fabulous Life of Justin Bieber, which I was a part of. And she's here tonight in studio sharing her insider secrets. Please put your hands together and welcome friend and pop culture expert, Kim Rittberg. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
All the way from New York City.
All the way.
I have known you for, I think, the last decade. We've both been working in this crazy celebrity world together.
Exactly.
And I absolutely love, I mean, when you got in touch with me and said that the Fabulous Life of series was coming back on VH1, I almost died and went to heaven. The Justin Bieber special is one that I worked on with you.
Yes.
And you know, let's actually take a look at that clip because it's awesome.
All right.
So call the doctor stat. Because you're headed for a case of Bieber fever.
The Bieber fever is really serious.
This is the fabulous life of Justin Bieber.
I love that. So I love that. So you wrote that. Call the doctor stat.
Yes.
Because you're in for a case of Bieber fever.
How can you not have Bieber fever when you hear the song Baby?
I agree. And also, I mean, when the special aired, and it's constantly rerunning on VH1, I have so many people emailing me and texting me saying, I just saw you on The Fabulous Life of Justin Bieber. I just saw you on The Fabulous Life of Nicki Minaj. But, I mean, when it aired, wasn't Fab Life trending worldwide?
Yes.
On Twitter?
Yeah, it was trending worldwide. There's so much interest in Justin Bieber. I mean, in all of these celebrities, but everyone's talking about Justin Bieber right now. The world is broken down into people who love Justin Bieber and people who love to hate Justin Bieber. So everyone has an opinion.
Has the group of people who love to hate Justin Bieber grown a few more members as of late with all of his crazy antics?
Yeah, I think that he's really not doing himself any favors. He's clearly trying to grow up and shed his child star image. He's also hanging out with the wrong people. He wants to be an adult, but the
But he's
criminal
not.
activity. Yeah,
He's a child.
He's not an adult. He's not listening to the right people. His advisors who care about him are giving him advice, but he's obviously not listening. And no one really wants an arrest record next to their Grammy. I know he wants to grow up and be seen as an adult, but this is not the way to go. Some of what he's doing, yeah, he's bulking up, he's getting tattoos, he's changing his music. But the criminal activity, alleged criminal activity, is just not helping his career.
No, it's not at all. I mean, he certainly has turned off a lot of parents. I know that, you know, if I were a mom, my child would not be allowed to have a poster of that punk in her room, you know. But it's, you know, it's interesting, I mean, to watch him and Miley. But I love that Fab Life was trending for Justin Bieber because it just shows how rabid his fans are. I mean, people just rallied to social media during the special because they wanted to know everything about him. And it's fantastic. I mean, the fact that it was trending, not the fact that Justin Bieber is involved in criminal activity. That's not fantastic, believe me.
No, but it's true. These Beliebers are like a PR firm. They get online, they tell everyone to make his projects a success. So that's what's so fun about working on something like that, is because his fans are really that rabid. And I know you and I were discussing how what's interesting about him is boy bands have been in existence since the dawn of time.
New Kids on the Block.
NSYNC, New Kids, the Beatles, but
right.
Everyone has their favorite. I love the guitar player, I love the drummer, I love the lead singer. All of that attention is focused only on Justin. So when you think about all of those girls screaming and crying, it's all for Justin Bieber. It's not for five guys.
No, it's for
all on him.
one guy. It's unbelievable. Now, you told me a really interesting story about Sarah Silverman, and I love always hearing people's experiences with celebrities, you know, being real. She saw a necklace. So you have a jewelry line,
yes.
K-Rit Jewelry, which I love, and you were wearing one of your necklaces, and you were interviewing her.
Yes.
And what happened?
So I'm on the red carpet interviewing Sarah Silverman, who is a little intimidating. She's so vulgar and very potty mouthed, so you don't know what you're gonna get on the red carpet. I'm interviewing her. She likes my necklace, and she tells me, she compliments it, and I say, oh, I designed it, I'm a jewelry designer.
You sent her one.
I sent her one.
And then you got an email.
So I get an email, you know, XQR4490 whatever at AOL.com. It was her.
Sarah Silverman.
It's Sarah Silverman emailing me a personal thank you for sending her the necklace.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
It was so gracious, she was so nice, and that really touched me.
Yeah, that's great. And audience, keep clapping because you're all going home with one of Kim's necklaces. How great is that? Jewelry giveaway. Thank you so much, Kim, for being here. And thank you also so much to Zoom Interiors. Tune in next Thursday night at 7:30 in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware here on WMCN, and also online at DorothyOnTV.com. And remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Both are at DorothyOnTV. What a fantastic show. We had such great guests. Thank you again to Kim. And thank you to my audience for being here. And we will be sure to see you all next week.